Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, Texas coffee manufacturer has announced a major recall. We'll bring you the final installment in Tom Corrington's interviews with the Tullahoma Alderman candidates. And Peggy Burton will speak with two ladies associated with the new art venue in Manchester. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family. Over 75% of car shoppers today use the internet to search for their new or pre-owned vehicle. That's why the russellbarnett.com website is so versatile, where you can check it anytime, all the time, online. You can search through our new and pre-owned inventory by make, model, mileage, or price. We can value your trade-in and get you pre-approved for financing before you even walk in the door. So check out russellbarnett.com, and remember, why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Best Herbs Coffee announced yesterday that it is recalling all lots of its John Ton traditional natural herbs coffee. This after the Federal Drug Administration confirmed the presence of an ingredient similar to the active ingredient in a popular FDA-approved drug used to treat erectile dysfunction in men. The coffee also contains undeclared milk. These undeclared ingredients may interact with nitrates found in some prescription drugs, such as nitroglycerin, and may lower blood pressure to dangerous levels. Men with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or heart disease often take nitrates. In addition, people who have an allergy or severe sensitivity to milk run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reactions if they consume this product.
Best Herbs Coffee is attempting to notify its customers. Consumers that have the recalled product are advised to stop using it and contact their doctor. The product can be returned to Best Herbs Coffee LLC at 4250 Claremont Drive, Grand Prairie, Texas 75052. Customers returning the product will be reimbursed by check for the returned goods and postage. Consumers with questions regarding this recall can contact Best Herbs Natural Coffee at 817-903-2288.
Workers with CSX Railroad scrambled this morning to secure a cargo holder which was precariously sitting on the side of a rail car into the lane of oncoming trains. John Gray was there and brings us this story.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is John Gray reporting for Channel 6 News. We are over on Atlantic Street, right past the underpass at the railroad, and there is a car that has a container on it that is about to fall off into the railroad tracks over here. We have two wreckers out here and a backhoe trying to get this car, this container back up on the car. What I was told by Davin Heikkinen at Paintworks is that another train had come along and seen that car in the situation that it's in, about ready to fall off the container, about ready to fall off the car into the ongoing track, and reported that into the railroad, and they have people out here dealing with it right now. So as you can see, there are two wreckers out here that have their booms out on this container, trying to get it pulled back up on top of the car. This is Thursday morning. Yeah, they have these wreckers here tied on, and they're going to pull that car back up, or the container back up onto the car. And we have several railroad folks out here, of course, and they're trying to do their job and keep things safe and sound out here. And they're fixing the problem right here with these wreckers. So possibly a big accident that could have happened has been averted by one of the train engineers coming through, seeing this car, seeing this container about to fall off of the car on the side track, and the railroad is here fixing the situation. That's CSX, so congratulations for them for taking care of a disaster before it happened. Newsleader on 6 reporting to you from Atlantic Street in Tullahoma, Tennessee. I think the railroad has it under control.
We'll be back in a moment after these messages.
Dr. Credit here from Russell Barnett Kia. Are you needing a vehicle but don't think it's possible because of your current credit situation? Great news, it is possible. But don't just take it from me. Here's a few of our satisfied customers and what they had to say.
Not only did they take the time to get to know me and my wants, they found me someone to finance me with my bad credit and got me the car of my dreams.
Dr. Credit, come see him, he's great. He can help you. I know he can. He helped me.
Schedule your appointment with Dr. Credit at Russell Barnett Kia so you can drive away happy.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you the final segment of Tom Corrington's interview with Alderman candidates Jerry Mathis and Stephen Landertz.
We're talking today with two of the candidates for the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Alderman, and we're down to the point of getting them to tell us what they'd like to see improved in Tullahoma, or changed, or done away with, or what. And Jerry just mentioned that they've got a $5 million project for sidewalks, and we were kind of talking about where those are going to go. And Jerry, let's review that again. It sounds like you don't have a particular area that you're looking at. Is it going to be a survey of some kind?
Sure. It'll be a survey, and that $5 million is not just for sidewalks. That $5 million is for street repair, a new police station, a new animal shelter, and then sidewalks. That's what the $5 million.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
A lot of stuff in there, and things, for example, the police have been in that building up there for what, 30, 40 years, and it's not really spacious enough for them to stay, so it would probably move down the hill. That little property on the right, I think, has been donated, and they will have their own.
Down the hill on Grundy from where they are?
On the right, down there, right there. And then the animal shelter, we've got a great animal shelter. And as far as euthanizing animals, they do not do that. They gave away like 500 or 600 dogs last year and found homes for them. So that's what the $5 million's for. That was the mayor's idea, that there's some things need to be improved, and so let's improve it. Streets being one of them. We doubled what we're putting into streets. We put in $250,000 now a year. Now we're putting in $500,000.
Is that? Are you looking at street maintenance, or are there some new streets?
There got to be some new streets, and there's going to be some maintenance as well. But most of it's going to be some new streets that got to be upgraded, and. You know, you'll drive down some, they're in great shape. You drive down some and not so great.
Yeah, yes.
You know.
Yeah, most of us are familiar with that.
Yeah. So that's something we need to do.
I live on one of those streets, you know. Mine's kind of narrow and got ditches on both sides, so it's a challenge. Okay. Well, Steve, you got any? We've had any thoughts while this conversation is going on? Anything you in particular?
I do agree we need more sidewalks in the city.
Okay. And we're looking at those places, folks, where and sometimes you have a piece of sidewalk in, and then on both ends of it is grass. Didn't get finished, so there'd be a lot of filling in could be done, I guess. Let me ask you too how you feel about the appearance of Tullahoma and the entrance coming into town from Manchester, for example. What do you see if you're a stranger coming to town from Manchester? What do you see as you're arriving into Tullahoma?
Well, coming from
Anything out there
Manchester,
excite you?
coming from Manchester, probably needs to be upgraded some. Probably not as attractive as the one coming from Winchester. As you come in, and especially when you're going up Jackson Street, that is very attractive. Older homes and things like that. What can be done, we never know. I think coming into Manchester, it is clean, and I think they've maintained it well. I know coming from Shelbyville's not bad. Coming from Lynchburg's not bad. It looks at it. So overall, I would say things have been done. There have been some trees planted, and the tree board's done an outstanding job trying to implement that. And so I think that's Manchester is the only one that I see that probably could be a little upgraded and make it look a little better.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go back. How you happy with the way the education system is going? We've been touting our school system for a long time. Are we still doing okay there?
Yeah, it seems to be doing well. Educational systems are strong. It's recognized throughout the state of Tennessee, and you can go anywhere and people will talk about Tullahoma and they know about the school system. And one thing they really know about our school system is our math program, because they always, out of 20, they get 15 or 16 of the top kids in the state. Math program. But overall, we have great teachers.
We have a math teacher running for the Board of Aldermen.
Yeah, Robin Dunn.
Yeah.
I know Robin well. Great young lady. Very personable, very willing in what she wants to do. And but our school system seems to be going well right now.
Yeah.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Paige Lashley and Robin Dunn are also the candidates for Tullahoma Alderman. In this conversation with Tom Corrington, the candidates talk about their views on bringing new jobs to the city.
Let's come back to a point that's kind of been touched on by both of you, especially Robin, and that is, do you want to see Tullahoma grow? That's a yes or no?
Well, I mean that to me is an easy question. I mean, you only have two ways to go. If you are a living organism, you either continue to grow or you recess and die. You know, there are several communities around here that we can look to and say, either that's our future or this is our future. So what are we hoping to do? And as Paige said, we're hoping to continue to attract people who want to raise their children here. And you know, one of the great things that we have that's unparalleled, we've got the fiber optics. We have a hotbed ready to go right now for an economy in communications. I just see that Tullahoma could easily be the Eastern Silicon Valley if we are able to support it, if we are able to encourage people to build and bring their small businesses in.
Several ifs in there.
Absolutely.
Tullahoma has really fundamentally not grown much in the last several years. So we must not be. Well, we must not be doing something
but
right.
we're maintaining our population.
we're maintaining our
maintaining it,
population,
yes.
which I think is
But
important
it is
too.
changing. The demographics are
The
changing.
demographic is changing, and I think that's one thing that's a definite positive. One thing that I've taken a lot of joy in being back home is that I have met a lot of people who are not from here. There are quite a few of us who are from here, who are raised here, who move away and then come home. And it's almost like a boomerang population of people who come back to Tullahoma, because once you sow your wild oats and you get your education and you're out in the world, you realize what a treasure this place is. So we do have a boomerang population that comes back home to raise their own children here or to get involved in multi-generational family businesses. We have several of those in our community, and I think that's something to be very, very proud of. We do have a younger population here. And I think it's our responsibility to get the younger people in town involved in our community. There seems to be a little bit of a void of service between the 30 to 40-year-old ranking of the population. I know I see that. I'm an ambassador with the Chamber of Commerce, and we do have a very high population of young people and young professionals in the Chamber of Commerce, which I think is really important. But I would like to see more people come home. I would like to see us continue to have jobs here available for people to return home to, and I would like for us to still to attract more people. Well, I think with the advent of our new retail, we have a lot of new jobs coming in that way. You know, like Robin said, we have lost our larger manufacturing jobs, and I think that may have to do with our location, but we're not going to be able to put ourselves closer to the interstate. But we do have a mayor who has a strong belief in the commerce of this community, and we do have a very active Chamber of Commerce that are constantly wooing businesses to try to come here.
Well, manufacturing, of course, that's the primary job of the County Industrial Development Board, and we have agreed to not compete on factory type work. But the service industry is now larger and growing faster than the manufacturing section, so that's where it would indicate that's where our concentration should be. Okay, anything more specific you want to add on the economic development front? Quickly.
We just need to continue to support our small businesses is my take on it. So, and that I think will in turn
support the ones we have.
Correct, yeah. And encourage more to come in. Paige pointed out, we've got the age group of 30 to 40. We really need to encourage that age group to continue to give back and to come back, to return to this community. And for me personally, you mentioned that this is the only race that is unopposed. I think that says two things. One, the leadership we have right now is excellent. I think that's a real boost to and a precedent of all that they've already done. But two, what concerns me is that we don't have the level of involvement that we need to have to continue to have a thriving community. Yeah, people need to step up. People need to step forward and feel invited to be a part of their political processes.
And the first step forward next should be to get out there and vote this time.
That's absolutely right.
Paige, you got anything else you'd like to add to that subject?
Well, I think touching a little bit on what Robin said, I think one of the importance of you have to teach people to give back. I don't think that's something that you're born with. I think that you have to teach people how to volunteer. You have to place a desire to have a servant's heart in people. And I think one thing we can do, I mean, this sounds really trite, but we can educate the public on exactly what the city council does. I can't tell you how many people have asked me, what is an alderman? What does an alderman do? And I think that once you do that and you have a face in the community and you let people know what you do and you let people know how much it means to you, then I think there will be a growing interest in other people wanting to come forward and do their part to help the city. We have so many opportunities for people who have all types of varied interest to be involved in this community. And I think we just need to market it so that it's attractive to people to get involved.
We'll be right back in a moment.
Doctor? Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation! It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. Manchester has a new art venue. Peggy Burton spoke with Diane Weber and Chloe Leitz about the store.
It's all about art. I'm so happy today to have with me Diane Wybert. I knew I'd get that wrong. I'm sorry. And Chloe Leitz. And they're from Manchester. Tell me about your shop that you've just opened, right?
Right. It's Black Iris Arts. We just moved to the square
Where
in
did you
Manchester.
get that name, Black Iris? That's really pretty. I like that.
The owner of the shop, Teresa Cravens, one of her sons helped her come up with that
Well,
name.
it's very nice. Black Iris?
Yes, Black
We'll remember
Iris
that.
Arts. And it's an art community. We have 10 different artists in there that do a variety of art. They're all local artists. We have Chloe that does painting like this.
Like that.
We have another artist that does this type of multimedia art. Using
I love
different
the face on that.
This is called Saint Leo.
Saint Leo.
Saint Leo.
Saint Leo, okay.
Yeah. We have an oil painting down there that's by a young girl who's only 18 years old and works in every media. She is very, very talented.
This one
The bunny rabbit.
The bunny rabbit, it makes me think of Beatrice Potter.
Yeah.
That is really sweet.
It just
What's
really
that
is.
media again?
That one's oil. And it's just very interesting. Every morning, every time I come in the shop, I see that painting, and it just makes you smile.
Well, it just feels like you can reach out and feel the softness on that bunny.
Right.
And that must be hard to do.
Absolutely. I mean, for a young lady, she's very, very talented.
We need to tell people where you're. I know you're on the square, but is that about where the old theater used to be?
I don't.
It's on the same side. It's on the same side.
It's on the same side.
It's 103 West Main.
West Main.
It used to be Step and Style.
Step and Style.
Yeah, a lot of people remember it as Step and Style.
What time is it open during the day?
We're open 11 to 6 on Tuesday through Friday, and on Saturday we're open 10 to 3. Now, this is mosaic art. We have a young lady that will teach you how to do mosaic. We offer classes in fused glass and stained glass.
What is the difference in fused glass and stained glass?
Fused glass goes in the kiln. You start with, I'll hold this up here, a plain piece of glass, and then you cut out different shapes and lay them on it, and then we put it in the kiln and fuse it. And then this one was then later put on another mold to give it kind of that.
It's a very interesting.
Yes.
Very artistic.
Yes.
Beautiful.
But that's a project that you would do in the fused glass class, or you could make a set of coasters. You would take the coasters and you would put whatever design you wanted on them. We've had students that put their initials on them. Different designs. We had a lady that put martini glasses on them.
Do you mind telling how much it costs to take a class?
$35 for the fused glass classes.
For how many classes? Is that
it's
one?
a 1 3-hour class, and
you'll come out with a piece of art.
Yes, you'll have to come back and pick it up because it has to go in the kiln.
But still, that's a good
you
deal.
will have completed a piece of glass work. If you take the stained glass class, that's about a 6-week class, learning how to do stained glass, and that's a $225 class. But that's all your materials and finished piece.
I, for one, know what it costs to go buy a piece that somebody has made, so that is a good deal. That's beautiful, honestly.
Once you've taken stained glass and made it, you understand why they cost.
Why it costs a lot of money. That is so pretty hanging in a window.
Yes.
At least that's my favorite place.
A young man and a young woman that work with us that do wood art, and that piece of art is called fractal art, where they put fractal
art.
They put a coating over the wood, and then they put 2 electric probes on it, and it makes it follows the grain of the wood and burns that into it.
That is beautiful. I love
And it's
that.
very different. They've done it on a couple of vases and on pictures like that.
You girls have just really got it all together. I'm real proud of you.
Thank you.
I think we need to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And the Black Irish sounds like a place to go to me.
We brought you a video on Tuesday's news about the South Jackson Civic Center's annual ice cream social. Let's watch also the South Jackson Street Band as they perform the national anthem.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new Owner Advantage program. It starts as simple as your first year's maintenance is included with the purchase. We have 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plans available. Car detailing, car rental, collision repair. Stop by one of our 5 locations and let one of our certified sales staff tell you all about it. The Russell Barnett Automotive Family Advantage program. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1952 at 100 degrees. The record low was in 1957 at 56 degrees. The average high on this day is 89 and the average low is 67. Mostly clear weather expected tonight with a low of around 70. Sunny weather in the forecast for Friday with a high of 97 and a low of 77, and mostly sunny weather are expected on Saturday with a high of 94 and a low of 75. That's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6.
And from all of us at Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families a lovely weekend. Thank you.